I am about to have a flipping session, but in this one, it's going to be a little bit different. I am going to over-explain every single thought that I have whilst flipping in hopes that you will be able to take this information and apply it to your own flips and start making money yourself.
It's time to get started here. So this is going to be my over-explained flipping video here. This is going to be unlike most of the videos that I do because I'm not going to cut basically anything out. I'm going to try and leave as much in as possible and just try to give as much information as possible for those who actually really want to learn how to flip and learn how to make money doing basically what I do. So I have a lot of money at the moment. I have 174 mil. I understand that a lot of people won't have that amount of money, which is totally fine because you can start flipping with much lower. I've shown many videos around those sorts of things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with Aspect of the Dragons because yeah, anybody can flip an Aspect of the Dragons. In my opinion, it's, you know, the most you're going to be spending on an Aspect of the Dragons is like 1 million coins. But all right, let's get into this. The first thing that I'm looking for, considering everything that I showed in the previous video, if you haven't seen that, go watch that first. It is a in-depth guide of how I flip. This is basically the demonstration of that guide. So first thing that I'm looking for is immediately is something that's out of place here on this first page. This is going to be all of our clean swords and things like that. We're now heading into at 1.1 mil. Well, that's a bit under. We're now at like 1.2 mil, which is the price for a fully enchanted. There's this swarm sword here. That's a bit interesting because there's no other swarm swords, but it's got nothing else. So what I'm going to look for now is just anything else with swarm 1 on it, just to see if that's a flip, because I don't really feel like buying something that's not going to sell today, especially for that cheap. Alright, I'm not seeing swarm anywhere in here. What I'm going to do now, knowing that there's swarm 1 on that sword, I'm going to head over here. I'm going to have a look at how much swarm 1 actually costs. So let's have a look. Swarm 1 is about 500k. So what that means is I can go into here, buy this sword, swarm 1. That's probably a flip. For the sake of the video, I'll buy it, but normally I probably wouldn't. I'm just going to straight up list it for, I bought it for 1.25 mil, and because I know it costs 500k to add swarm 1, I'm just going to list it for 1549k. There is absolutely no reason for that. I'm just confident that that will sell. So I'll leave that in for the moment. And let's look for another item. Again, I'm not going to cut out much of this. I'm going to go straight into Ancient Crimson. I've explained many times why I search Ancient at the start, but basically it just lowers the pool of items that will be here. And now what I cut out in most of my videos is actually this period. It's the period where I'm actually searching for flips. Right now, like for instance, this right here, I'm not satisfied with any of this. I don't think I'm going to buy anything, so I'm going to leave that item. But in a video, I would cut that out. You would not see that. So let's move on to the next item. Now I'm going to do something that I suggested that you do if you're not sure what to buy. I'm going to head to a pretty busy hub here. And I'm just going to start right-clicking people. There's some people here in Ender Armor. Oh my gosh, what is this flag? Crying out loud. Alright, we got some Necron. Let's do Necron. Sounds like a plan to me. So, we're going to go into Necron here. Sort by lowest price. Now, we're actually just going to focus on Necron boots because I think it's going to make it easier for us to actually explain the whole situation. So let's just go Necron boots. Alright, now we're going to have a look down the bottom. We can see that it has 17 sales a day, so it's about average. It's going to basically, it'll sell pretty quickly if I find the right pair of boots, and they're starting at 11.4 million coins. if I go along here, let's just see what we find. 2-star, adding 2 stars is basically worthless. It's not really adding much value. There's over 1 million coins in between buying a fresh pair and then adding some pretty basic enchantments to it. That's pretty interesting. Again, I probably wouldn't do this normally, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to. I'm level 0 as well, which is perfect. Alright, head to the island. I bought this pair of boots. It cost me 11.4. I bought these enchanting bottles. Oh, whoops! I should have done that. Oh well. Let's just add protection. Which is feather falling 30. Yep, that's fine. Growth. Let's do thorns. But just at this point, we're not necessarily trying to buy the best enchantments. We're really just looking to add a bunch of enchantments so it looks better than it is. So that's already cost me. That's probably cost me. So I've used what? 5 enchanting bottles. And 5 enchanting bottles is what, like 15k. Head over to the blacksmith here, reforge them until I find something that's halfway decent. Fierce is perfect. All right, so that cost me another 15k. So this item basically cost me nearly 11.5. Let's just say 11.5 mil, and I'm going to list it up for how much was it again? So now we are looking at these Necron boots here, because this is where it fits in. All these ones don't have enchantments, these ones do. This one, mine actually is better than all of these. So, because it's got bank, which is useless, but for the record, but it looks cool. And it's fierce. So I'm going to list mine up for, just under this price, because it'll sell, basically. And because there's 17 sales on this item per day, first of all, I always do 2 days. The reason for that is literally because it costs hardly anything to make a buy now and go for 2 days. The money that you pay on creating the auction is, quite a lot higher. I'm actually going to buy another pair here because I may as well, because it's not a bad flip actually. Anyway, so I buy that, listed up for 12.6 mil roughly. This cost me, not much. I'll make probably 900k, maybe 800k per pair of boots, which is hey, it's not bad. Let's do more. Another falling 5. Yeah, so that's like that sort of thing was is kind of interesting because it's like you're kind of thinking outside of the box a bit. Like you're not exactly just doing you're not exactly just buying something and flipping it. You're buying something and then seeing how you can manipulate that item to make profit as well. So look up, I've been flipping for, let's have a look. I've been flipping for 9 minutes. If these both sell, which I expect that they will, I'll have made, I don't know. It's good. It's good amount of profit. Not too bad. All right, let's move on. Let's not leave it just at those couple of items there. Let's see what else we can find. I'm gonna hold on to these enchanting bottles as well, just in case I need them for another flip. Let's just look at Necron's chestplate. Why not? Alright, lowest price. We've got a 3-star as the lowest. That's interesting. But the thing to think about with this item, first of all, 10 sales a day, average, whatever, that'll sell. It's no problem. It won't get undercut too much, but it will sell. But the thing to note about this item is that it's 23.5 mil, which is expensive. That's quite expensive. And what that means is that you're going to end up paying like so much money in fees to list this item. So an item that might be a flip for an it might look like a flip, your profit sort of gets eaten away quite a bit. So we're going to have a look along here, see if there's anything else. But I'm actually sort of leaning towards not buying any of these. First one's ancient, is 25 mil. Nah, I'm not going to buy that. It's just too expensive, I think. Let's look at some sorrow. Now, first of all, sorrow boots. We got 32 sales a day. Sorrow helmet, 30 sales a day. Looks like 18 sales a day on the leggings, and same with the chest plate. That's fine. That's basically half of the course. That's fine for us to buy. We will make money on those items, no worries. Because there won't be that many people undercutting us, and if they do, it literally won't matter because eventually they'll sell. As long as the price of the item doesn't just absolutely dramatically drop, we should be good. So let's keep looking along here. We're going to look at anything that stands out, anything that just looks, that's my Discord, not yours, sorry. So yeah, anything that stands out. None of these helmets and things are really standing out to me at the moment. Alright. Kind of important, one thing that I will mention is it's kind of nice to think about what you would do if you were the buyer. Just as an example with sorrow, if I was a buyer looking for sorrow, and I just wanted to go straight into mining, that's the next thing. I want to buy sorrow armor, which is a mining set, and go straight into mining. I don't want to have to add gemstones to it. I don't want to do anything like that. I'm going to scroll through like this, and I'm going to look for the first sorrow helmet that has, for instance, mining speed and mining fortune. Those gemstones open. So if I scroll along here, the cheapest one with those two things is right here, is 7.4 mil. So if that was the market that I was in, I would buy that for 7.4 mil because there's nothing else. There's nothing cheaper. So if I found one that's cheaper than 7.4 mil, for instance, like say there was one over here at 6.8 mil, which is totally normal. Like that's not an unreasonable thing. I could flip it, no worries, at 7.4 mil. So obviously there isn't, so I'm talking nonsense, but let's continue on. Alright. Not overly satisfied with that at all. Let's do a weapon. Maybe... Flower of Truth used to be like one of my favorite flips, but since they changed it, it's not really worth it anymore. It's like a really low and cheap item, even though it's like a really good item. That looks like a flip there. It's got like all like critical 6 and all that. So it's 800k for that item. I'm trying to work out if there's even any value in it. 800k to 1 mil. Yeah, what the world. I'm actually going to lower the pool here. And what I mean by that is literally just making there be less items to look through. So this item sells 322 sales a day, which is unfathomably, like that's just way too much. Way too much. So if I were to buy just a regular old Flower of Truth, I'm almost guaranteed to get undercut. It's just, and it's also guaranteed, I'm pretty much guaranteed to not have that many, that many to sell. I'm also guaranteed to basically not get any profit from them. But if you have a look here, there's actually only 4 pages of Withered Flower of Truth, which means that there's a lot less to go through. So if you have a look at this, literally between the first and the second, there's 800k jump, then another 100k. Like that's what we're looking for here. That's why we do this sort of thing. And that one there at combo 4, that's probably a flip. I'm just going to buy this just so that nobody else gets it. Worst case scenario, I make a small amount of money, but if we have a look, I've just bought this, it's combo 4. If we go along, there's one here, combo 3, which is 5 mil. I bought this for 3.9, and then combo 5, 5.1. Ooh, okay. So I can't really sell it for much higher than this price, because I'm going to explain why I can't sell it for much more. Again, listing for 2 days. If I go into this list of items here, if you're looking for a Flower of Truth with combo on it, and that's the item that you want to buy right now, you're not going to care. You're going to either buy this item or you're going to buy this item. This one is considerably better value because it's a whole extra combo, like it's combo 5 instead of combo 3. So basically now though, if we have a look, I've listed my combo 4 book in there. I mean combo 4 weapon in there. It basically makes this worthless. No one's ever buying that, but they're going to buy mine because it's cheaper than a combo 3, which just looks appealing. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's actually probably better value to buy the combo 5 one, but hey, that's fine. All right, moving on. So the same thing with Fabled Flower of Truth. Alright, lowest price is 1.5 mil. Moving through these items, just looking for anything that stands out. There's one here with combo 2 on it, which is interesting to me. Because, yeah, depending on when the rest of the combos start, or when that category begins, could be a flip. So that's combo 4. Yeah, it's probably a flip. I don't really know. I'm not going to buy it because I'm not confident in it. But let's have a look at Livid Daggers. And same deal. If we hover over a Livid Dagger, there's 68 sales a day, which is just a little bit too much for my liking. So I'm gonna lower that pool down as well by adding like Fable. Alright, lowest price is 8.7 mil. Let's look along here. There's combo 2 for 9.2. There's 2 combo 2s for 9.2. That's interesting. There's combo 3 for 9. Up for 10 mil. How cheap is the first 5-star? So I've just noticed this one here is 5-star. It's 11 mil. Is that the cheapest 5-star? Yeah, not seeing anything here. That's interesting. Ulti-wise 1 plus a bunch of 6 chance, but whoa. So I've just seen that one in there with Champion 10. What in the world? That's a 2 million enchantment. What the heck? There's no way that that's still there. If it is, that's 100% going to be a flip. Where is it? Champion 10? What did I just buy? 11 mil. Okay. What did I just buy? Okay. So this enchantment champion costs 1.8 mil. I know very little about this enchantment, so let's look it up. But you buy it from the bit shop, and then you upgrade it with combat XP. Looks like 3 million combat XP. It's maxed out. So I bought this for 11 mil. That's 5-star. It's got a gem in it. And it's got Champion 10. There's no way that's not a flip. That's just like... That was just weird that it was there. Let's go along here. I actually don't know what this is worth though either. Like because to upgrade this item, it takes XP, not money. So like, for instance, with this one, it's got Soul Eater 2. You can just as like you can go and see how much the Solida 2 cost. But this costs 2 mil to upgrade to this item. Hang on, I'm making no sense. So it's 5-star. I bought it for 11 mil. It has champion on it. So if we have a look at the first 5-star alone, we're looking at 10.5 mil. Plus gemstone is 10.5 mil. So this sword right here and this sword is very similar, except for that this has champion 10 on it. So what I'm going to look for now is anything with champion on it. Like, this is the other thing. Like, I don't really know if there's a market for champion or what. But let's have a look. It's 1.8 mil, man. Like, that's got to be a flip, doesn't it? Alright, it's definitely not worth as much as these are, but I think it's probably the best. I'm gonna alt the enchant? No. I don't like to do this often, but I'm going to with this one. I'm just going to list it up for $15.5 mil. Now, I bought it for 11. I'm listing it for 15.5. The reason that I'm doing that is because there's not one like it in here. Like, there's not anything else with Champion 10 on it in the auction house. So, which is not necessarily good, because I'm not sure if that means that there's going to be, I don't know if there's going to be any buyers or what. So that was 100% a risk. But I feel like it's worthwhile risk because of the fact that it's basically a 4 mil flip if it does sell. So yeah, that's an interesting one. That is definitely an interesting one. All right, let's keep looking along here. I want to really sort of break down the whole method with this next flip. I'm going to find an item that I've never flipped before. That's going to be, I think that's going to be the test. Let's look at an Adder Split Katana. I know I said I was gonna buy a something a bit more expensive. I'll be sorry, that I've never done before, and I have actually flipped. Wait, have I? Actually, don't know if I have flipped Adder Split Katana. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm going to have a look and see if there's anything I can do here. It's already one that's a little interesting here. It's only 1.5 mil. Again, you really got to keeping. You've really got to pay attention to the price that you're going to be paying on these items in auction house fees. This is interesting to me. So this is 42 mil, and then this is 43.7 mil, and the difference is it's got a recom on it. If we have a look, which basically increases the rarity, if you're not aware. If we go into recoms, they're right here, they're 7 mil. So brain tells me that that's wrong, because that's cheap. It seems cheap to me. I'm going to buy it. Okay, so I've just bought this for 43.7 mil. Now, if we go along, I did see that there was another recom here. You can tell it's because it's mythic for 45 mil. I'm going to ignore that. The reason I'm going to ignore that is because it doesn't have OFA. It is terrible, and I don't like the amount of profit that it would give me to not ignore it. So this one here, this is 45 mil. I want to assume that everybody that sees that is just going to say to themselves, I don't want that. If you want an Adder Split Katana, you're not looking for one that's terrible. That's all. So I'm going to assume that this price is reasonable, maybe even a little bit cheaper. No, Swarm and OFA should be about the same. So because I've got one for all on mine, let's break this item down like really heavily here. So this item is. So this is our cheapest Adder Split Katana right here at 41.5 mil. Let's even get a notepad. Honestly, let's do this. So it's 41.5 mil. It's got potato books, which is 500k. It's got one for all. Let's have a look at one for all. Do I know what I'm doing? No. Which is buy instantly. If I buy instantly one of these, it's 6.3 mil. 6.3 mil. And we've just checked recomp's are 7 mil. So this item, if I wanted to craft this item right now, if I decided I wanted to craft this item, I would have to buy one of the cheaper items. I would have to buy one of these. So I'd probably buy this 42 mil because it's already got offer on. So get rid of that and call this 42 mil. So right now I'm just trying to assess. Get rid of that. So this item, in my opinion, is worth 49 mil to buy. But because if you wanted to buy this, you would have to add a recomp, and that would make it 49 mil, right? So I've just bought it for this price. Where is it? 43.7 mil. Seems like a good deal to me. That's my thought process when it comes to this item. Let's move along here. That's 45 mil. We've already assessed that that's terrible and not worth buying at all. But if we continue on, this one is not terrible. It has Swarm on it. Swarm 5, which is more expensive. But some people just want offer. So I'm just going to list it. 46999k. Pretty sure that's correct. I am just going to double check here. Where is it? Yeah, it's 47 mil. There's exactly the same sort right there. Oh, actually, that's a bit better because it's got the other things. Oh well. Actually, no, not oh well. I'm going to change this to 46,499k. So 500,000 coins cheaper. List it up. There we go. It cost me 400, like nearly 500k to list that item. But hey, if it sells, I'm going to make some money. Jeez. I legitimately don't want anybody to ever tell me that you have to have money to start flipping. Like, look at this. It's 50k. You add growth and protection to it, and then it's 300k. Stop it. Let's do that. Let's do that for the people that don't have all that much money. I buy that for 50k. I use 2 of these. That's all I'll need. These are, what are they? 3k each. 1. So this cost me 56k. To be fair, I've actually never flipped glaciate leggings, but I was looking for something a bit juicy, but anyway, I'll list this anyway. So I'm going to list this for literally that much money, and watch as it gets absolutely gobbled up by somebody. Probably his name is Brian. All right, moving on. All right, I'm buying a boomerang. I'm trying to find some items that I haven't flipped before, and I'm checking these. But like, look at this. I just decided to have a look at boomerang. Honestly, I have no idea why. But I'm scrolling along. There's one here that's recon. We already know that recon costs 7 mil. So it should not be 1.3 mil more than the lowest buy now. It shouldn't be. It has to be more than that. That's just not what it's worth. So if we go along here, and sure enough, none of these are. That is. So we're at 8.8. So I'm going to list this up. That's like quite a good profit. Let's have a look. 7 mil to 8.8. But still looking for a new item. I've flipped so many items. This is what I'm learning. Look at this. What is this? It's not only have I never flipped this item, I've never even seen it before in my whole life. So that's good. Chicken. I have never flipped a chicken. That is true. That is 100% true. I have never, in fact, flipped a chicken. Have I ever wanted to flip a chicken? Also, no. Let's. What is this? Dog. I've never flipped a wolf. I have bought a wolf. I've never flipped one. Can't flip one today either. This is interesting, actually. Never mind, it's not interesting. I'm still looking. I'm going to look at some pets. I hardly ever flip pets. Honestly, this is just frustrating me. Alright, it turns out I have flipped way too many... It turns out I have flipped way too many items for this to work. I'm going to just flip an item that I've only flipped once. I flipped it in a video that I made where I made 50 mil just flipping each item one time. And that is pretty much every piece of Maxor gear. First thing I'm going to have a look at, if we hover over each of these items, I'm just looking for one that has my sort of favorite amount of items to flip is between 10 to 20. If I'm having a look here, none of these really are at that, which is a bit of a shame, but I'll settle for Maxor boots here. So now I can only assume that what I'm going to do with this item is I'm going to just... What in the world? Alright. Let me slow down here. So if I have a look at Maxor boots here, they are 2.8 mil. Cheapest price, 2.8 mil. Which is pretty low. If I have a look at... How much is a precursor gear? Precursor gear 724k. So if I have a look at this item plus precursor gear is 3.5 mil. Oh, yep. So if we have a look, the cheapest one is 5.5 mil. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. That's literally so expensive. So if I have a look at just normal Maxor's boots, if I buy 2 of these, 1, 2, screw it, 3, no problem. So I've just spent 2.9 mil on each of those. Let's say I'm going to buy 3 precursor gears here. The reason why this adds the enchantment ancient. 1, 2, 3, sweet. If I head over to my islands, all I'm going to do is add growth and protection onto these boots because it makes it look better. Protection and growth. Protection and growth. Growth. Now all I'm going to do is add some... Cool. We're going to add some reforges to these items. We don't want wires. Fierce is perfect. Oh, pure would have been fine. Just one that's half decent for melee is my thinking. I think that will make it sell easier. Pure is fine. Not exactly sure how much I've spent, but I know that I haven't spent because there's so much in between There's so much profit. There's a huge margin, huge. So made these into ancient, made them into these. I recognize that not everybody has access to the 30 mining, but it's really the thought process. It's like, well, what can I do to sell this item and make profit? So if I sell this, no, 549k. I bought that for 3.5 mil for the precursor and the thing. So 3.5 mil plus, let's say, another 200k. Let's be really modest. Is 3.8. Let's say I've spent 3.8 mil per pair of boots. I'm listing them up for 5.4 mil, 5.5 mil. That's kind of crazy, actually. All right. Now I'm going to leave it there. We're going to see if any or all of this sells. This is all of the items that I bought in this video. Let's have a look. I have spent a total of 47 minutes flipping. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to jump back on in the next couple of days and see how many of these things sell without me touching anything. All right.
If you're finding that you're still struggling, you're needing some more help, please check out my Patreon. I have one-on-one coaching sessions and a whole bunch of other things available in there. All right, and 2 days later, we are back. So we're gonna go check on those flips. Basically, I started this video with 174 mil. We're just gonna see, oh, I just realized we have these models here. 108 mil, okay. How much did I make? Oh, okay. Looks like 2 of these Maxor boots sold, 1 did not, so these basically owe me 4 mil each. I basically bought these for 4 mil each. I'm just going to list them back up now. I guess I'll just list them up for 4 mil and just leave it. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Although the goal of this video was not necessarily to make money, it is nice. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.